morning, everyone. Welcome to Toad TV. I am Mary Beth.
I'm Helen.
We are the creative hands and minds behind Toad Hollow. This is the first take so far. However, it took us quite a while to get to this point because somebody had to be occupied and he rejected the first 17 things we offered him. So, but I think, good, he's happy right now. So we're going to do this really quickly.
It's kind of like he's down, go.
Right. We're in 1.5 times speed. All right, so we have a couple of things to talk about.
Said his name and brought him forth.
Yeah, it's kind of like saying Beetlejuice 3 times. A couple of things to go over.
Okay.
We have the Amour, the update on the Amour.
Oh, right. You guys, your purchases of the Amour yarn and bags were up to a donation of $845.
Creeping towards 1,000.
So, really cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, that's very exciting. And
for those of you that don't know what we're talking about, we are doing a collaboration with Darcy from Chit Chat Knits.
Right, so don't forget to go buy your Pair of Hearts hats and cowl, and I'll put the link down below from her, because the proceeds from the pattern are going to the AHA as well.
Right, so we have a pouch with Anita Duram fabric, which you know how much we adore that. And then this is the Amour yarn in DK. And you will also be getting a heart stitch marker from Jake at Dogstar Knits.
Right.
So this will all be part of the kit. And $5 from every skein and $5 from every pouch we are donating to the American Heart Association. So for those of you that are new, that's what that is.
Yeah. So
thank you very much.
Welcome, if you're new.
Yes, welcome. All right, we got Happy Mail this week that was totally unexpected. This was such a great package. Nora sent us, well, to begin with, she sent us a National Geographic magazine that is the science of the supernatural. That's got all sorts of things about witches and wizards and mummies and all
superstitions.
Black cats. I mean, just really cool stuff. So thank you very much, but that wasn't all she sent. She has made a couple of the Spindrift, right?
Yeah.
The Spindrift shawls in Mountain Day, and she sent one to us.
Guys, look how gorgeous this is. And she used the Mountain Day mini skein set.
Oh my gosh.
And she said we could share it or fight over it. We have chosen to share.
This is so beautiful.
Oh, so gorgeous. So this is the colorway is Mountain Day, and then these were the tonal mini skeins that went with the Mountain Day collection. Oh, she did such a beautiful job. Yeah.
It is just stunning. Nora, you could not have gotten more me if you tried. I'm just gonna say, it is absolutely spectacular.
And it's so nice to see our yarn knit up.
Yeah, it's just so beautiful. Yeah. Really, really beautiful. Thank you so much. So this was just so pretty to open.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Unexpected.
Yes. So thank you. All right. Do we have other things that we need, admin stuff that we need to do? I don't think so, right?
I don't think so. The mystery sock sets shipped out over the last couple days. The animal guides are going to be going out in
the next couple of days.
Right, early next week. We have to run to the post office, get the final things for that.
Right.
And then Meet Me in Paris is going to start to slowly roll out over next week.
We have been cutting all for the poches, the lab poches.
Right.
So, or les poches, I guess. They're getting ready to go.
Right. And the yarn is drying and getting dyed. Some has to get re-dyed because we had the issue we were talking about with the tencel. And the tencel decided to share and ruin everything. Because, you know. But anyway, so that's all moving forward. And then once Meet Me in Paris works out, then the Amour will start to ship after that. So that's the schedule there.
The tentative schedule.
Yes. So.
Sorry, I keep looking down to make sure he's not chewing on Drew's leg.
Or the rug.
Moving on.
Yes.
So, shall we show some updated progress?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to have you go first because I only have one thing.
Okay. I have no real knitting to show because I have a pinched nerve in my right shoulder, so I can't knit for a while because it really aggravates it. So I have been doing other crafts. I've been working on my English paper piecing, my Mandolin Quilt, which is, I have one almost completed block. So this is the first block for the Mandolin Quilt. Depending on which size I choose to do, I either need to do 12 or 20 of these. In my mind right now, I'm going with 20. We all know I'm probably going to end up with 12. But
it depends on how long you want to stretch it out and everything.
This is, the fabric I am using is the Garden Party by, and the illustrations are, again, Anita Jerem. Look at him. And right now I'm toying with the idea of doing the whole thing in the Garden Party, or especially if I go with 20, we have several different lines of Anita Jerem.
Yes, we do.
And then using all the lines, because we have the leapfrog, we've got the having a ball,
we have a couple of
Valentine's Day,
and I think we have,
and I think I have enough of the
Christmas
just what I wanted.
Yeah,
the original Christmas line.
We have scraps where you might be able to fussy cut the bigger pieces.
Because I'm using other coordinating fabrics in there. So that's kind of where I'm leaning right now, because the color palettes will all work together. Okay, so since I've started doing this, I've finished up putting in, when I picked it back up again, I finished putting in the green blocks, and now I'm doing the orange. And that is what I have pieced so far. And then I move on to my next block. So I just have a couple more orange pieces to put in, and I have my first block, and I think it's so pretty.
I love that color combination so very much.
So this is my English paper piecing project that I'm working on.
It is beautiful.
Yeah.
Really, really beautiful. I love her work. Okay, and we're back.
A little bit of a Hugo break.
Oh my goodness. Somebody was getting very, very loud. However, okay, I am working on my socks. I started a pair of socks, DK socks, which I absolutely love. They're in my October La Poche because I forgot to put the toad in. Oh, darn. So I had to keep it for myself. But here, I'm doing them out of l'hiver, which is winter. And I'm doing them 2 at a time. And this is how they're coming out. Move that thread. Look at those.
God, they're so pretty.
Aren't they pretty? They are really, really pretty. All right, so I'm doing them 2 at a time. I'm just doing a very simple 2x2 rib. I did that for 12 rounds. Then I went into a 3x1 rib, and I did that for about, I think, 5 inches, 6 inches, something like that. But it's very...
It was all very organic.
Yeah, stretchy. And since I'm doing them at 2 at a time, I don't have to worry about counting however many rows I did because they're happening at the same time. And then I did a dropped heel. Is this the eye of partridge?
Yeah,
okay.
Looks like it.
Anyway, I took the heel from the Meet Cute socks. Was that it?
Yeah.
By Helen Stewart, which is her socks that she did this past year for Knitfent. But I just did her heels. I did the drop part 2 at a time. I just went did back and forth. And then when I got to the point where I was starting to decrease to get down to, is that the gusset?
No, that's your heel.
The heel part. All right, so when I was doing that, I only worked on one sock and just went back and forth. And then I got to the end of that and it said pick up 12 stitches. So I picked up my 12 stitches for my gusset and then went over to the other one and did that part of it, going back and forth, picked up my 12 stitches and then just kept going.
So it's just a matter of, keeping things straight in your head for a little bit. Other than that, it's just really...
It's doing the work of one. It's just you're not going to be able to pick up the 12 stitches on one side of the gusset and then the 12 stitches on the other side of the gusset right away. You have to remember that when you come around to this part of the sock again, you have to pick up the 12 stitches on the other side as well.
And you said that there's no hole at the gusset.
No, look at this.
It's a good...
I mean, this is There's no hole there.
I do know that when you do the 2 at a time garter, you usually end up with a hole.
I got no holes.
Yeah.
Ain't got no holes. So, I have turned the heel and decreased to the right number of stitches. So I'm back to my 48 and I am just doing straight stockinette. I'm not doing ridges or anything, or ribbing or anything like that. I am just doing straight stockinette from the foot and going straight down until I have enough to fit my kind of petite feet. Anyway, so that's where I am. I love these. They're going so fast. I mean, I'm just doing DK socks from now. This, like, famous last words, right? But I really am enjoying...
the temperature actually goes up again.
Right, but I really am loving doing these. So they're going very, very fast. And I adore my hand knit socks.
And wait until you put them on.
I know, I haven't even tried them yet. So that's where I am with my knitting. I am still working on my Meet Me in Paris... is it Meet Me in Paris? I think it's Meet Me in Paris in the tencel. However, I have to cake up my next color, and I haven't done that yet, so that's kind of stalled right now.
But it's you're sitting and you're comfortable, and you're like, oh yeah,
I can't go anywhere with this.
I have to cake that up, so let me pick up my socks.
Right. So that's where I am with that, but love them, absolutely love them. Okay, so what else are you working on?
Okay, so in my non-knitting, I am also working on cross stitch, as well as my English paper piecing. Kind of go back and forth. One of the things I did was I finished my Christmas crows, my fa la la crows. Look at them. So I'm not sure you can read it, but it says fa la la on top and then caw 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 on the bottom. And I will link to the pattern because she's on Etsy down below. And I have a frame picked out. I'm going to just do a quick framing of this, and I am going to do a video of me finishing it, and it's going to go over on our Patreon page. So,
do you know we have a Patreon page,
right,
by the way?
Yes.
We just started it. And one of the things you do is you get extra content like this, and we will be doing an FFFO, no, fully finished FFO.
FFO, yeah.
FFO video of Helen fully finishing
right,
and framing it.
Because
FFFO, fully finished framed object.
My new goal with cross stitch is to actually finish something and then fully finish it within a short period of time from finishing. So it was such a quick stitch, and it was a great thing to get me back into cross stitch because it was something that it was manageable. I knew I could finish it in a short period of time. So very excited about that. And then the other thing I am working on is my banjo playing Opossum. I'm working on the flowers that he's in a ring of flowers, so I'm working on the flowers and the butterflies. Really looks very nice on the screen. When you're so close in on it, it's like, oh yeah, okay, so I did a mushroom, there's a bee, blah, 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 blah. But now you look at it and it looks really pretty.
I haven't seen it. Oh my God. That's beautiful.
Right?
Yes.
So in the center of this ring of flora and fauna is going to be a banjo playing opossum.
Oh, that is so pretty. Really, really pretty. Perfect choice of fabric.
Right.
I love that.
So
this kind of makes me want to get back into my autumn one that I was doing.
Oh yeah.
That was a really good one.
So I brought my stitching up with, we went to see my mom this week, and I brought my stitching up with me to work on while we were talking to her. And I was explaining to her about what I'm working on with the cross stitch and all that. And then we got into a great discussion on HAEDs and the full coverage and how that works and everything, because she'd never really seen anything that huge. And as I'm talking to her, I'm looking at my breath. I'm like, I'm going to have to pick the HAED up again.
Yeah.
So stay tuned to see if I actually do that. But that needs full-on concentration. And
we were talking about it with her, and that's the kind of thing that you do first thing in the morning when you've got your first cup of tea and you don't have any responsibility or anything like that. It's just you can sit and relax and give full attention to it. That cannot be done after like 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Or, you know, watching TV. It's got to be something like I'm listening to my book or music or something like that.
Right.
So maybe I'll try out one of the ASMR rooms on YouTube that we've been finding out about. So
okay. All right then.
But,
okay. So I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's the state of the crafting.
Yeah.
I have gotten on my shawl before I stopped. I had gotten just to the point of I've done like maybe 10 rows in the mosaic work, so you can't really see that much of it yet.
Oh, okay.
But
it will be coming.
Yeah, one day I will get back to it.
So if you would like to join us over on Patreon, Helen's got a link down below. We're sharing bits and pieces of our lives behind the scenes. We did a pot roast video the other day showing you a recipe for pot roast, and a couple of you have done it and gotten back in touch with us and told us how much you enjoyed it. So thank you so much for doing that.
Right. We got a tea haul that we opened up because it was a big tea haul.
Yeah. By the way, for those of you that watched it, I had the mulled wine. It is delicious. It's so good.
It's mulled cider.
Okay, mulled cider tea.
Mulled cider tea.
It's mulled cider tea. It's not mulled wine, but it's a mulled cider tea, but it's all like the mulling spices.
It's such a good winter tea. I had it this morning.
Yeah, and, really good. Yeah. And I tried the pineapple sangria this morning, and that was very good as well.
And I had the passion fruit one that was the raspberry. But maybe I realized it when I was buying it, but that one's black tea, so that one's got a lot of caffeine in it.
Oh, okay.
Which would explain why we had such a get things done day yesterday.
All right, then.
Helen was buzzing.
Let's start cranking out that black tea, because we got to have another one today. All right. Well, we hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day.
Yes.
It is kind of gray and rainy and going over to ice here.
Yeah. So...
sister number 3, Amanda, was supposed to come down. We're supposed to have a reading weekend. This was the 3rd attempt.
Right.
And the 3rd time we've had to cancel. So
right.
We're
Once for COVID, twice for winter.
We're beginning to wonder if we're ever going to see her again.
I saw the forecast for this week, for today, that everything's going to, we're going to drop from 50 to 25 in maybe an hour tonight. So that there's a lot of icing. And I send it to her and I'm like, so yeah, we'll see you in the spring.
Yep. So hopefully soon we will be able to do it. But until then, we will continue on.
Right.
All right. So have a great weekend.
Go forth and create.
And we will see you on Monday.
Bye.
Bye.